Okay, hello and good afternoon. Are we ready? Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Happy April, happy spring. We will start this meeting at 4:17, super promptly. We're gonna go ahead and call to order, which I just did, 4:17. Roll call, I'm Andrea LaFleur and I am present. Amber?
Present.
Angela? Sarah?
Present.
Dina? Dory?
Present.
Olivia?
Present.
Truth is absent. Craig? Thank you. If we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, if I can get an approval of the agenda.
I motion to approve.
If I can get a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays or abstains? Okay, the ayes have it. If I could go ahead and get an approval of the minutes, if we can note that there is a correction on item 11D and it should read motion to remove. If I could go ahead and get the approval of those minutes with that change.
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second. Thank you very much. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Are there any nays or abstains? Okay. So I think the ayes have it with one abstain. Okay. Is there any communication from the public? Redlands, Santa Clarita?
Nothing from Santa Clarita.
Nothing from Redlands.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we want to give it a moment or? Okay, I think we'll go ahead and move on. Do we have any comments from board members concerning items not on the agenda?
I wanted to discuss the conference and some of the things that we brought back from the conference with the board.
Okay. We'd be happy to hear about your time. If you want to go ahead and give us a quick recap, you can.
So I'd really like to put together a presentation for the next board meeting, but we learned a lot while attending those classes pertaining to the board. And one of the pieces that I brought back is signs of a healthy charter school board of directors, indicators of success. So I'd like to give this to each board member, have them fill it out, and then bring it all back and see just how healthy our board is. And then along with that, I also brought everybody back what every board member should know: indicators of success and stability, objectives. It's just a great packet. So on top of that, there's a lot of rules and regulations and things that were brought to my attention that I'd like to share with the board in the future. But this is something to start out with, and maybe at our next board meeting, we'll move further into learning about having a healthy board.
Awesome. That sounds fantastic. Thank you so much, Sarah. And thank you also, Amber. I know you attend that meeting or that conference, so. All right. Any other comments from board members concerning items not on the agenda? All right, we'll go ahead and move forward with the consent agenda. I could get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any nays or abstains? Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll go ahead and move to item 10, report and communication to the Board of Directors, and that is going to be presented by Olivia Duran, our Executive Director.
Hello, board members. Just wanted to share a couple things with you. As Sarah had mentioned about, we just returned from the CCSA conference, so I did email you all a revised executive director report there. So if you had time, you can look through that. But just I put some of the feedback in there. I also had sort of the word bubble there. I asked everyone that attended to give me a couple words. A lot of the words informative, collaborative. Just a couple things. We took a large group and they brought back some great ideas. Christina Sanchez from the SPED department said it was eye-opening. She understood some new laws that were coming down for the SPED population. Jeff Brandon said that he had been concerned about the world adoption of AI. However, his staff uses it to create lesson plans and to help with that virtual resource center. So he was able to sit into some sessions there and sort of get an idea on how to develop an AI policy for his students on the VRC. And some other ones was the biggest takeaway for me, this was from Jana Walker, was the strategic planning, the LCAP template updates and overall data practices, appreciating the networking. So more than just going to the sessions, I know like our SPED team, they were able to do just spend some time together because we are virtual. They are at 3 different locations, but they were able to actually be together in one spot, have lunch together, have dinner together. So it was a great time. We had Sarah and Amber join us. So that was a great experience just to get to know them a little bit more. And also Sylvia from Gorman Elementary. So that was nice to have her along and have her get to understand the charter side of things. So, so when you have time, you can take a look at that, some of the other comments that are in there. Another thing real quick was the warehouse move, just to give you an update on that. Denise and the warehouse team, Dawn and David, the maintenance team, they are doing a wonderful job keeping me up to date on what's going on. I really haven't done anything. It's all been on them, but they're working through things. They're getting to the end, but it's on target. The team's doing a great job, and just wanted to let you guys know that that's still in progress. Books are still being ordered and delivered. And hopefully book returns and things will begin once they're all in the new warehouse. As an executive director beginning to work on professional development, I sent out a form for the professional development committee, asked any stakeholders, PLTs, office staff, if they wanted to be on that committee to try to help us plan for that August PDD and sort of get their input on it. I wanted to invite the board. So last year, Andrea was there, and I think she got a lot of feedback and just sort of some great takeaways because she was able to be there with the staff. They got to see her face. So anyone is available to come. It's at the Hyatt in Valencia, August 6th through the 7th. And I'll send out more information then, and invitation like that. Let's see. I wanted to let you know, so Jeff Brandon he's our new VRC supervisor this year, took over for Kim Pike. He's been doing a great job with the Virtual Resource Center. And one of his things that he is moving forward for next year is to rebrand the Virtual Resource Center. So it sort of takes it out of that resource. So if you start seeing or start hearing anything about Gorman Virtual Academy, he's trying to make it an academy and sort of brand it as something outside of that resource center. All of his teachers are credentialed teachers that are teaching within their subject. And so he just wants to make it that set apart place. I mean, he's doing a great job. He has a brand new website, but just, I wanted to bring that to your attention. So if you started hearing Gorman Virtual Academy, that's what that is. It's nothing different. It's the same thing, but he's just a rebranding and sort of a moving forward in his vision for that platform. Fiscal is continuing to work and prepare for budgets for next year. Some of my focus in that budget is going to be marketing. The board's asked me to focus on marketing. And I have in the report there some of my ideas. The audit also has begun, so this is part of the fiscal, what would be reported out for fiscal. Our audit team is coming April 29th to audit Gorman, so we're in the middle of gathering documentation, uploading those to the portal, so our new auditors, CDWL, can get those and review those, and then we'll have that report. This will be the first year they get the full year. It's not just a rushed audit, so look forward to that. And then I also wanted to report out on the CTE conference that Calista and Karina Navro attended in Georgia. You guys approved for that travel. They learned quite a bit of things. A lot of it had to do with workforce, employment, sustaining employability skills, training, career development. So just things that the CTE program is focused on, but also aligning with our vision to create and give our kids that opportunity to have strong and successful career and college readiness. So there's a great opportunity for them to be in that setting and to bring back those things to Gorman. I think that's all I have for now. I have some strategic planning things, but I think Andrea will talk about that later on. So that's it.
Thank you so much, Olivia. And yes, huge shout out to the warehouse. We appreciate what you guys are doing. We appreciate the move and how hard you guys are working to get everything organized and moved over for a good start to next year. So thank you to everyone that has worked on the warehouse, and thank you to Denise, who's also helped and doing multiple things. Appreciate you. As far as the PDD that Olivia mentioned, I just want to say that I have been to every PDD for the last 3 years, and they're very beneficial. I think it's a good opportunity to meet with the staff and administration, get to know people outside of, meeting them at work or discussing things about the charter and about the school. So any board members that are able to go to that definitely should. And yeah. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Thank you, Olivia, for presenting. We will go ahead and move to 11, which is the action agenda. We need to do review, discussion, and approval of the Gorman Learning Charter Network Parent-Student Handbook. And that is going to be presented by Trisha and Tisha, both.
Okay, is that better? Okay, so it was a very big project that we started with revisions within the school, and then it got sent to Young Mini and Core. They provided a whole lot of suggestions, and then we went back and tried to incorporate all of that together. Some time had passed, so we got some updates from other departments as well. And all of that came together to a parent-student handbook that I think as it got linked here as a PDF file, the page numbers got shifted. So we'll definitely adjust that as it gets posted to the website to be sure that that is accurate. But Tisha and I did our very best for hours working on this, but are open to any feedback you guys have on it. We updated it because we had some changes that needed to be implemented just with, changes to our programs, our different departments. We also are going to be shifting the term master agreement to independent study agreement. So we updated that in there as well. And then there were also some changes with regards to the missing assignment reports and the language that should have been in there. We refined it so it matches better with our independent policy and our missing assignment with our master agreement language there. So those were some of the reasons for the changes in here, and because it requires board approval each time it is updated, we are bringing this discussed and approved.
Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate it. Does anybody have any questions?
No, but it's very thorough. Thank you.
So I know that you guys mentioned that it shifted. My only thing is, before it gets printed out and delivered to everybody, if we could just go back through and make sure that the grammatical errors and all that is where it needs to be, but that's my only.
You guys have suggestions?
Yeah.
First, just so that we're not trying to come 70 again. Like, did you have suggestions or?
Yeah, if anybody has things they've found, please, or definitely.
My
Yeah, so I mean, I went through the first couple pages, right? So we do have issues with the spacing and the formatting. So a lot of these pages are cut off when it looks like it's like a tear off page, but they're over the course of 2 pages. So that's something that we need to fix. There's grammatical errors in spelling, and then we're also missing quite a few punctuation marks. So on a lot of these paragraphs, we'll either end it with like there's different examples. So some of them will have periods and some of them will not. I can definitely share with you what I've caught. That way you guys can review that. And then if you guys want to continue to just double check my work, I have no problem doing that.
The page ones, I think, were an issue of going from Google Docs to a Word doc that we didn't know that formatting.
Yeah.
So that I think is an easy fix, but the grammatical stuff, we'll just, we'll go
Yeah.
through, take what your suggestions are.
Okay. Yeah, if you have that as a Word doc, because I know that once I exported it from PDF to Word doc, it even shifted a lot of things
Yeah.
more. So I was just doing everything side by side. But if you have a Word doc, I can definitely share with you where the grammatical errors are and the punctuations that need to be implemented, right? Because I mean, essentially, this is going on our website. This is our parent and student handbook. So we want to make sure that everything is caught, because it is my understanding that a lot of this was copied and pasted from different things. So I understand how these things happen, but I just think moving forward, we should just make sure that it's a clean and concise copy, and you guys have a Word doc with the appropriate revisions, and there's no comments either, like the comments are resolved when red lines are done.
Are you comfortable with a Google Doc? Because that's the original formatting where everything, all the spacing is accurate.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
so, okay,
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
I think that it's not gonna be a paper doc. It'll only be an electronic version, so hopefully there will be less possibility of errors. Printing, trying to give that to everybody.
Is there a reason that we don't hand out, paper docs?
I think because it's 70-something pages for over 100 students. A lot of,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause they signed this, correct? They signed that they received
They have
the
to
handbook
sign
and they
a
read it?
receipt acknowledgement,
Right.
But they don't.
Okay.
validate.
Okay. So, it looks great. Well, besides the edits, but it does look great. We appreciate the time that you ladies have taken on this. I would suggest that the board approves this with the edits so that we can move forward. Is that satisfactory to everybody to suggest it that way? Yeah, okay. So, if I could get a motion to approve, with the changes suggested.
I'll motion to approve with the appropriate revisions needed throughout the entire document in regards to grammar, formatting, and spacing, and any other edits as discussed previously.
If I could get a second?
Well, second.
Okay. All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any nays or abstains? Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate it.
We're next.
If I can, okay, and next up is the review, discussion, and approval of Gorman Learning Charter Network Independent Study Policy.
Okay,
So kind of like Trisha mentioned, we needed to update the title. So we decided while we were doing that to update the missing assignment report language as well. So up right
Sorry, I'm scanning through. Here we go. Okay.
So as you can imagine, there's a lot of updating and a lot of documents that needs to happen. So we're in the process of doing that as well. So everything that says master agreement will now need to say independent study agreement once you guys approve, hopefully.
And then we also adjusted the language for the missing assignment reports to match the other documents.
I
Yeah.
do have a question.
Mhm.
What are the implications of changing the title like that to a master agreement to independent study agreement?
When we were one of the sessions from people that asked for the
And if I can add, is that okay? It's also to do with, when you get your audits. So it's to do with your attendance and your daily attendance. So they go through and they audit those. And so that's the wording they're looking for, to give you credit for someone who's absent. And in your case, it's different, but that's just the language they're looking for. So it's complying with their language with the same document.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions? Concerns, anything like that? Okay, well then I will ask for a motion to approve.
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any nays or abstains? Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are now going to move to the review, discussion, and approval of the removal of Keisha McDonald's name off our universal policy, compliant policy. And that's going to be by Olivia.
So this is something that was brought to my attention last board meeting. So I went
complaint.
into the UPC policy, which is on our website. So if there's a staff member, a parent, anyone that wants to file a formal complaint, they would go to the website, file this complaint, and turn it into the person who's on the complaint, which in the past, a former director, then it was changed to the head of HR. And since there is the change here and there, and we don't have an actual director right now, I just did it as a general. Head of HR or director. So whichever one would be at that time, the next that they would send it to. So that's the only change on this policy.
So are you removing it and replacing it with somebody?
No, so I didn't do a person, I just did a general. So
Okay.
in there, it says to turn into director of HR or
Oh, okay.
current head of HR. So whoever's in
Okay.
charge of HR at the time that that complaint's filed, and then it goes to the Human Resource Center email. So
Okay,
it'll get to the
perfect.
correct person.
Just so long as like, we're not just removing it completely.
Oh, no, the policy's still there. It's just the name on the policy.
Okay.
Who the policy gets turned into.
Does anybody have any questions or concerns? Okay, if I could get a motion to approve? Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any nays or abstains? Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you very much. And Olivia, review, discussion, and approval of discard list. You're still up.
So as we continue to clean through things and work out sort of what needs to be let go of, we do have the next discard list, which is IT and some counseling things that are just stuff that's been stored in closets at the resource center, at the business office there, and to make space for the warehouse move, we've actually been able to get in and sort of dig in and see what's there. And a lot of these things on the list are just not usable anymore. So I would ask for you to approve this current discard list. A lot of the graduation stuff is used for proms or graduations, things like that for the high school counselors that are just unusable anymore, decorations.
Does anybody have any questions or concerns about the discard list?
We can see if there's someone that would donate them or, you know, who'd want them.
Any other questions or concerns or suggestions?
I do have to say that Denise is a wonderful resource because on that discard, even all the lists that you guys have seen, she goes through and she'll make phone calls and she'll put things on Facebook, you know, Marketplace, like she's everything before we actually have to put it in the trash or, you know, so she is a wonderful resource to that. So, yeah.
That's absolutely wonderful. I think that we definitely should be doing that, like seeing if we can donate or sell it or whatever the case may be before we
We've
discard.
had organizations come down to the warehouse and pick up furniture that, you know, so just because it's on a discard list doesn't mean it goes in the trash and it's thrown away. We try our best to, and Denise has done a great job at that.
Thank you, Denise, for doing that.
Okay, if I can get a motion to approve?
I'll motion to approve.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any nays or abstains? Okay, the ayes have it. Okay,
you.
now we're gonna do review discussion of strategic planning report. And that's no, you're fine. By the Strategic Planning Committee. Yours truly, me, is on that committee. So I'll go ahead and speak a little bit about it. For those of you that don't know, and for our audience, the Strategic Planning Committee works very hard throughout the year to meet and come up with ways to just better our organization. We look at our mission and our vision, and we kind of try to tie everything in so that we are being held accountable to that mission and that vision. We use resources such as our LCAP, WASC, as well as any, I'm totally blanking. The things that Jana sends out, the surveys, thank you. We use those surveys and all that information and we kind of compile it to help us plan a direction for the school. As Olivia mentioned earlier, and if you are a dedicated and devoted watcher of these board meetings, you will notice that we do often talk about marketing and different ways to improve our marketing and improve our enrollment numbers. Currently, I would say the Strategic Planning Committee's goal is to increase our enrollment numbers and to market our schools. We're looking at, trying to make it so that we are providing quality, not just quantity. So we want to provide quality classes. We want to provide quality teachers. We want to provide quality curriculum. I know that, oftentimes people are like, more is better, like I want, 500 curriculum options, but sometimes it's best to just have what works, that quality that, the teachers go through, staff goes through, they look at the curriculum. Olivia does a wonderful job going through and discussing things with her staff and administration. And that's just kind of all around what the Strategic Planning Committee does. We will have a better presentation for you guys by the end of this school year. And hopefully it will kind of tell you the goals and Olivia's plans going into next year and how the board would like to help guide and keep staff and administration accountable to those goals and to our vision and to our mission. So that's what I have for you for strategic planning as of right now. Are there any questions or anything like that? Okay, so we'll go ahead and move on. Thank you guys for hearing me out. The next is the review, discussion, and approval of appointments of new board members, and I am also presenting. Yay! So the committee is currently reviewing several applications. I do not have an announcement of any new appointments. We are still accepting applications. Again, to those of you that are viewing in the audience, you see what we do here. The board is in place to, help better our organization. We kind of help just guide and hold everybody accountable. And that, we're being fiscally responsible and, it's a really awesome opportunity to get involved. If you have students here, if you're just a concerned or interested, community partner or, we're not educational partner. There we go. It's an awesome opportunity to get involved in your community, especially because our community is really just so wide and varying. So we really value all the opinions that come with each board member. Each board member brings something new and exciting and different to the table. There's a lot of collaboration. There's a lot of different opinions. There's a lot of different insights. And to make an organization flourish, that's really something that is necessary to growth. So if you are interested, please go ahead and go to our website and fill out an application, or come to a board meeting. We would love to see you, meet you at a board meeting. We meet at AVRC once a month. Come on out. You don't have to stay the whole time, but you can see how the proceedings work. And yeah, we look forward to meeting you, to seeing you, to getting your applications. And that's all I have to say about that. We'll go ahead and adjourn to closed session. And I don't have to say the time, but yeah, we're adjourning to closed session. Thank you. Hello, 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 and welcome back. It is 5:35. We are reconvening to open session. No action taken in closed session. Items for next board meeting will be Sarah's presentation. If Sarah and Amber want to get together, create a presentation, talk to us about the conference. What else do we have? LCAP is not. Org chart. Okay, possibly org chart. Okay. Let's go ahead and move to the confirming the place and time of next board meeting. So next board meeting conflicts with graduations. So we would like to move the May board meeting to either the 16th or the 30th. What works best for everybody? You prefer? You prefer? Okay, anybody have a problem with the 30th? Okay, let's go ahead and move it to the 30th. So our next board meeting will be at AVRC at 4 o'clock on May 30th. Unless otherwise posted. And I think that concludes this meeting unless anybody has anything else that they need to say. All right, we're good to go. It is 5:37. Thank you all for coming to this board meeting. Thank you to everybody in the audience. Have a wonderful day. Drive safe.